Maya's birthday was in full swing. Her mother had already made a toast, and her friends had given presents, but her husband's parents, Mila and Nathan, couldn't get there. They were late. First, her mother-in-law cooked the cold meat, and then she thought for a long time about what dress to wear to her daughter-in-law's party. Maya was used to the fact that her mother-in-law didn't like her too much, but she lived by the principle, a bad peace is better than a good quarrel. And it was impossible to quarrel in her position. She had recently learned that she was pregnant. Her husband, Isaac, loved his mother very much, but he loved his wife too. He did everything to make both ladies feel comfortable and were not deprived of his attention. But it so happened that the birthdays of his favorite women followed each other. Maya was lucky to be born a day early, and for some reason, Mila had the feeling that her son spent all his attention and finances on his wife, and she is left with the leftovers. Like the morning of January 1st. It seems to be a festive day, but the feeling is not the same. And so it was this time. Mila went to the party without enthusiasm. Of course, she loved her eldest grandson and was happy to see him, but she did not like the excessive attention to her daughter-in-law. Everything for her, flowers, gifts, toasts, she thought, checking out the flowers in the florist's store. Mila, what? Let's take this bouquet and go. Nathan was shuffling from foot to foot. He wanted to be at the table as soon as possible, hoping to be in time for his daughter-in-law's special coat. Yeah, maybe you'll offer to take peonies too? Or have you become an oligarch in your old age? I'm not an oligarch, of course, but it's my birthday. Have you seen the price of bouquets? Mila attacked her husband. Or have you forgotten that tomorrow I also have a holiday? Will you bring me 3 roses in foil? Or maybe the wife will do without flowers at all. You're going to spend it all on a bouquet for Maya. Why are you getting mad? I don't even care what I get. Take at least something, and let's go before the guests eat everything without us. Nathan muttered resentfully. He didn't care, but it was impossible to forget his wife's birthday. She reminded him of it every free minute. Give me those. What are they? Carnations? No, we'd better get a card. We can do without flowers, Mela decided, and, taking her husband under her arm, headed for the exit. Maya was making tea when the doorbell rang. They showed up, not dusty, and they didn't come at midnight? Maya's mother muttered. She and Mila were not related. They met rarely and only on family holidays. Mom, cut the cake, please. I'll go meet the guests. Baba, Grandpa, I heard in the hallway. The grandson ran out to meet the guests earlier. Mila smiled. Dylan, how big you've gotten. You're a giant. You look just like your father, she said. Here's a present for you. She handed the child a chocolate egg. Dylan immediately started to unwrap and eat it. Son, you can't eat that. The doctor didn't tell me to. Maya didn't have time to take away the chocolate, and the child ate half of the egg, but she managed to take the other half away. Dylan roared as he lost the candy, and the mother-in-law started telling Maya that she had made her son cry. Mela, don't swear. You and I have already talked about Dylan not eating sweets, especially those chocolate eggs. They're full of chemicals. Mom, Dad, hi. Isaac saved the day. He diverted the attention of the mother and the roaring son, and Maya led Nathan to the table. It's good because I was worried that I wouldn't get a branded fur coat, he smiled. Don't be angry that we took so long. You know, Mother, it takes a long time to get ready. Nothing, the main thing is that we got here. Maya put a whole pile of salads for her husband's father, and he praised them and talked to the guests with pleasure. Mela, on the other hand, was in a bad mood. She ate almost nothing. She kept thinking about the chocolate egg. She even forgot her present for Maya, but Nathan reminded her, Wife, get the present. We're going to congratulate the daughter-in-law, he said, raising his glass. While Milo was pulling out a set of towels for the kitchen from under the table, Nathan had time to say a lot of compliments to his daughter-in-law. But especially Milo was hurt by the way he compared them and made an example of her salad. Your herring under a fur coat is a masterpiece. All women should learn from you, not a single bone in it. How is that possible? What's so incredible? It's a simple matter to clean a fish, Mila snorted. Simple, but not simple. For some reason you have. Nathan stopped in time, realizing that he had said too much. You always have the most delicious things, but we'll drink to that tomorrow. And now, but Mila didn't want to hear anymore. She left the box with towels on the table, and herself with a creak pushed back her chair, stood up and left the living room. Mila? Maya wanted to follow her, but Isaac stopped her. I'll take care of this myself. Stay with the guests. At that moment, Maya's mom brought the cake. She didn't catch Nathan's toast, but she saw Mila's face running out of the room. The table was no longer so warm and cordial, and though everyone pretended nothing had happened, the pause lingered. Maya realized she had to bring her mother-in-law back to the table. I'll be right there, she apologized and stood up. Maybe you don't have to, the mother asked quietly. I'll just invite them and Isaac and Dylan over for tea. Maya went out into the hallway and heard Mila talking to her son. Why didn't you consult me? Why does she need such expensive gifts when you're having a baby? She said sternly. Maya realized her mother-in-law saw in their bedroom a case with a new fur coat and was not happy. Mom, I'm a grown man and can give my wife anything I see fit. What about me? Why should she get a fur coat and I get nothing? What do you mean, nothing? Last holiday you got a robot vacuum cleaner. You asked for it. But a robot vacuum cleaner is nothing like a fur coat. I'm sure tomorrow. Mom, tomorrow is tomorrow. Don't ruin my wife's party tonight, said Isaac. Let's go eat cake. Pretend for once in your life that you're happy to see her. Mila didn't say a word. She just pressed her lips together and walked out of the bedroom. Maya barely had time to hide around the corner, so no one would know she was eavesdropping. She was sick of her mother-in-law's behavior like this, and she thought of a way to fix it. Maya had a plan. The next day, she set about making a salad from the morning. But the beets still didn't want to boil, and ironically, the mayonnaise wasn't in the refrigerator. Then Dylan suddenly got a rash on her skin, so they had to go to the drugstore again. All in all, they were 2 hours late for their mom's birthday party. But Maya didn't worry about it. On the contrary, she wasn't in too much of a hurry. I didn't expect you. Mela grumbled when she opened the door. Where's the grandson? Where's Dylan? He stayed at home, with his grandmother. He got a rash from your egg. Surprise? Literally, Maya said, smiling sweetly. How's that? Did you call a doctor? Mila was frightened. Of course, everything will pass. Don't worry, it's a holiday. So what if you've been fed an allergen? Who doesn't? The daughter-in-law sneered. Mila wanted to say something, but she loved Dylan too much to worry about him. She started pestering Isaac with questions and didn't rest until she found out that the baby was safe. That's enough. No more standing on the doorstep. What did you bring us? Nathan asked, seeing a salad bowl in his daughter-in-law's hands. A gift. Your favorite salad fur coat. I cooked it all morning, especially for the holiday. Happy birthday, Mila. Maya shoved the plate into her mother-in-law's hands and pulled Isaac into the hall. I'm starving. Do you have any food? Or did you eat it all? Mila and Nathan looked at each other. They didn't recognize their daughter-in-law. Isaac put some leftover salads on her plate, but she tasted it and definitely wouldn't eat it. Not salty, and not enough pickles. This, on the other hand, is oversalted. This is our specialty recipe, Mila blushed. Well, Mom, it's not good, and the chocolates turned out some kind of wrong. But the fur coat is great, you know, the one we brought, said Isaac. Well, you know, Mila got mad and jumped up from the table. Wait, Mila, you haven't seen our present yet. The second one, Mila shouted after her. I don't want anything from you. I've had enough presents. She took offense and ran out into the bedroom. Okay, Dad, you have nothing to eat. Your mother is in a bad mood. We did our job and went home to our son. And you, please, hang the gift in the closet. Maybe when Mom's in the mood, she'll try it on. The size is hers, and the style too. Isaac, laughing, handed his father a set of mittens for the kitchen. All right, son, go on. Pregnant women shouldn't worry. I think Milo will come to her senses. and thanks for the trademark fur coat. You made the old man happy. Nathan smiled and hugged his son and daughter-in-law. She was no longer sarcastic and a little embarrassed that she had to take such a step. But she was tired of her mother-in-law's prejudice. She hoped that by switching roles, Mila would experience all the delights of a spoiled holiday. And Mila did. When the guests left, she reached into the big bag with her son's gift. Are they kidding me? Is this the oven mitt set I gave Maya last year? What the hell do I need it for? Everything comes in handy, Nathan grinned. That's what you said when you bought it for her. The size and fit are yours, Nathan chuckled. You two are conspiring. You're making fun of me? Everything for Maya and me? Isaac gave my wife a fur coat, and I got oven mitts. How is that fair? I gave birth to him, raised him, brought him up. Mila sat on the edge of the couch and cried with frustration. Okay, don't cry. There was something else in the bag. I put it in the closet so it wouldn't get wrinkled. Mila wiped her tears and went to open the closet. On the coat rack hung a coat almost identical to her daughter-in-law's, and in the pocket was a card. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you as much as I love my wife, but you can be a terrible pest. I hope you find such valuable and long-awaited supplies useful in the household. Your son, Isaac. Don't throw away the coat either. It might be useful. Mila shook her head and laughed. She was no longer resentful. Yes, she still disliked Maya, but now, whenever she wanted to rebuke her daughter-in-law or insult her, she always remembered the incident with the oven mitts and put on a polite smile. And a few months later, they had twins in the family, and all the attention and finances began to get to them. There was no time to quarrel. They had to declare a truce for the good of all.